G'day, welcome back. As tensions in the Middle East escalate, households' budgets are set to feel the flow-on effects due to the ongoing conflict. Aussies could see petrol prices surge to more than $2.20 a litre.
But that's only the start, with the cost of oil jumping 13% over the past week. Flights, groceries and other household essentials are also likely to rise. To break it all down, economist Evan Lucas joins us live in Melbourne. Morning to you. The big questions: how could petrol prices rise and how soon and by how much?
Yeah, morning. Now, I think the way that we always do this, oil's got so many machinations that go into it, but the rule of thumb is that for every $10 movement in the movement of barrels, it's about 20 cents at the bowser. And so it's a pretty rough rule of thumb. So that means, as you said, it's been 13%, it's 17.5% in the last month. If you have a look at where it's gone, it's now at about 74 to 75 US dollars a barrel from about 64, which means the average sort of price through the week, not including surging, will be probably between $2 and $2.10, with the possibility of it even being as high as $2.20, $2.30 with the surge price, if you put that rule of thumb in.
It's not just filling up at the bowser, is it? It affects everything, petrol prices, but also too, Jim Chalmers spoke about trade routes and concerns that they may be disrupted too. It's going to affect so many things.
Yeah, it is, Servo. So we saw in 2021 to 22 that anything that is transported, anything that's a good, anything that is exposed to the movement of itself has therefore a transport cost, which therefore will have some form of oil price impact to it. We know that, we saw that when transport costs went through the roof, and it did go through everything from food through to apparel through to brown and white goods. So if you're a good supplier, if you're a good exporter, anything exposed to transportation will be therefore exposed to this price increase.
Yeah, so that's really all of us, everything we buy, because everything is transported.
Correct. So, and then it goes into other things, exports like, if you look at hospitality, if you look at education, if you look also at, going on vacation, they're all exposed to transport too, because it's all on jet fuel as well. So that is why oil is still absolutely front and centre around what we do with our lives, why it's still so important, because, as you said, transportation is a fundamental part of human life and as a fundamental part of economics to actually drive economy, because we need things to move around. That's why it's so ingrained in our life.
So what does that mean for the RBA's next meeting? What sort of a lever do you think they'll pull?
Yeah, this is a great question. I think I need to sort of put that straight out there, that this should be relieved by the idea. This is what the RBA calls volatile items. Energy prices and fuel prices are volatile items like food. So having short-term spikes in oil pricing is something they'll look through. They'll look at what's called the trim mean, so core inflation. It would take it out. If, however, this is a protracted long issue, like the horrible events we're seeing in Ukraine, that keeps energy $10 a barrel higher than where it was 2 weeks ago, then it will start to filter through into that core number. The RBA will look through this. It won't change their opinion right now. It'd be more if it happened for 6 months or more.
All right, a bit of a watch and wait situation. Thank you, Evan. Really appreciate it.